What's going on, everybody? Before we start the show, I have a very special announcement. I've been talking about it, and we finally did it, everybody. The website is live. TheKristianHarloff.com is live now. That's right, TheKristianHarloff.com, and we have a very special after-party event. You can watch it on March 24th. It is at 5:15 p.m. PST. The whole Big Thing crew. We've never had the entire Big Thing crew together in one shot. Well, a lot of us are going to be together in the room, and we're going to be talking about a lot of things. And as I mentioned to you, as Patreon is great, it's doing its thing, there's going to be a lot of things that are on Patreon that are now going to move over to the website. Patreon will still have some stuff, but the website is going to start to house a lot of those one-on-ones that I do, and there's going to be other things, and live events. Live events, we're going to be on tour, and you're going to learn more about that on that big event. Once again, TheKristianHarloff.com. Big after party event. Sign up now. It's free to sign up. TheKristianHarloff.com. It helps me. Let me know where you want us to go in the future. It tells you about all the benefits. It gives you updates of things we have going on, and you're going to hear about all the special announcements. So do it for us. Sign up one more time. TheKristianHarloff.com. You just hit that button. Reserve your spot for free. It costs you nothing to reserve your spot and watch the after party. The after party is free on March 24th, and you can watch it, but you got to sign up today. What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Welcome back to the Big Thing Show. Lots to talk about. Like as you saw it, I'm going to do I already released my non-spoiler review of Shazam, but I'm going to ask what the plans are. We're going to give kind of another non-spoiler review here on the show. If you didn't see the shorter version, I'm going to give my thoughts on it and ask some more questions about what it really means for the DCU. Now, did they give away that Wonder Woman cameo in the trailers? Like, why'd they do that? We're going to talk about that. I think it was a desperation move, but we'll talk about that and more. Roxy saw John Wick. We're going to talk about a little non-spoiler conversation on John Wick 4. There's a lot of different things going on, man. The Last of Us, the finale, did it hold up? What do we think? Roxy and I will soft debate about why I think the Oscars should go to streaming and stay there. And I already talked about it on my live stream, but I didn't talk about it with the Roxinator. Brett's here. And we're also going to do some other things. We're going to talk about TV. We got TV and more, and then we'll talk about Mandalorian, see if that episode last night. And then if you didn't have a chance to check out yesterday's Sith Council, we had one of the Mandalorians himself, literally one of the Dins, and that is Brendan Wayne. He was on the show, so make sure you check that out. Hey, we hit 70,000, man. Guess what? Now it's on to the next. Let's get to that road 100,000. We're almost there, and you guys can join us. So show a little class, hit that button, do what you got to do. Patreon.com, The Big Thing Show. Get yourself one of those shirts. Do it. You got Sith Council, Big Thing, all of it. It's amazing. You guys are the best. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere podcasts are found. Spotify, though, we got video. People have been watching it. People get pissed when we're not on there. So there you go. All right. Let's get to it. It's myself. It's Roxy. It's Brett. It is the Big Thing Show, everybody. I'm ready. You're ready. Cool. Let's do it. What's up, everybody? It's the Big Thing Show. Now, you know. How are you? Good. Roxy's here. Brett's here.
Hey, man.
Bookshelves are here. Bookshelves are here. You know what's funny is that considering how often Brett is here, he has not been on the live stream show yet, and you have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
because they paid for me.
They did pay for you. That's true. Nobody's paid for Brett. There is a price for a flirt and flouse. You know what I started doing yesterday on the live stream show or 2 days ago that worked out really well. What's your problem? Oh yeah.
Go off the wide for a second.
Yeah, go off the wide. So on the live stream show yesterday, Roxy, the audience started like chiming like, how much would it cost to do this? And I said, oh, that's good. So they come up with things and then I price point it, and it worked out. And I actually, one of the price points was Dorina, and I called Dorina, but she didn't pick up. She called me back, but I was off the air already.
Were any of them me?
Not yet, because they know you're already coming in for the big one that we're doing with Kate and JTE and Finstock.
Oh, yeah. When's that?
I got to send an email for that, yeah.
I have 4 things to say in response.
Oh, please go ahead.
Number one.
Four-pointer.
Yeah, I have 4 corners.
Number A.
4 agreements. Number A. People liked that. I've taken up shop here.
Yeah.
Like when you go to the Y for a sec.
It's all
you guys
your
have
stuff.
nothing, and
No.
I have like a whole corner.
Yeah.
What's better? Where's better?
I don't know, over there on the
Like
fridge.
in the thing.
By the,
I feel
on
like
the fridge.
I need a little.
You need a little table
or
now?
Something.
Yeah, give Brett more to do. That's exactly what he needs.
Well, with the new table, I could probably put little baskets and things.
Yeah, or
underneath
like a
it.
little hanging thing
Yeah,
here.
I'll do that.
Or we can keep it, but every time I watch the show, I see all my shit on the table.
Yeah, it's a lot of shit.
And I think, yeah, but when I put it over there, it gets lost in.
Right. Well, we're going to have a new table
I mean,
soon.
because what you guys at home don't know is what
Yeah.
I'm looking at right now is a plate, a
Yeah.
paper towel, some bright colored rings.
Look at that. I wouldn't even know that was there.
An open box of jelly beans, is it?
Is that true? Oh, no. It's the candy hearts.
Oh, sweetheart.
Yeah, listen.
Okay.
Give us a break. This freaking studio.
No, totally, but I just can't. I can't.
Do you
add my
like
shit
this
to the
though?
shit.
Do you like the kind of conceptualized DVD storage?
I think you did a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's
You're
still
welcome.
we're still moving on stuff. We're still doing some things over here, but yeah.
Point B.
Yeah. Point
So we announced yesterday
Yeah.
on
SEN.
that this is going to be the last month of SEN.
Yes.
We also annihilated.
You did.
Yesterday,
You did.
Which
Yeah,
is
you did a
amazing.
good job.
I didn't tell them, and they just kept. And I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Every dollar that comes in, I don't tell you guys. But now that I'm not there, am I here
Yeah, for sure. We're going to
for
be
live shows and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to so that's a great
Bully him on air. Bully him on
No,
air.
it's part of the plan. It's like because the idea it's exactly what Malcolm said is that SEN was intended to be an in studio live show, and it was basically the second coming of Collider Live. That's what it was supposed to be. But with everything that happened with not only the pandemic, but just all this now the channel runs on podcast revenue. It runs on
Duncan.
No, this is so weird. They changed the name of just Dunkin'. No more Dunkin' Donuts. Anyway,
Is that true?
yeah, it's just Dunkin' now, all over the country. It's not Dunkin'
There's
Donuts.
no donuts.
No, it's just Dunkin'.
Dunkin'.
So I went,
America runs on Dunkin'.
I was in New York.
Dunkin'.
I was in New York, and I thought it was maybe just a LA thing that it was just Dunkin'.
When are you talking about in the last year?
I don't know when, but
I missed that.
it's just Dunkin' now. And I said to my dad, I go, why did you change to Dunkin'? He goes, because they sell everything. He said they sell sandwiches now. They sell all these things. He's like, they don't want to just be known for donuts.
Yeah,
And
but
I
they're
was like,
Dunkin' Donuts.
Everybody
Not anymore.
does that. KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken was never called KFC. You just called it Kentucky Fried Chicken. But now the signs say KFC.
That's very different.
J.C. Penney, it's not very different.
It is
No,
completely-
they short
Well, let him
branding
finish
is
his point.
Well, it
shortening.
would be like if they just were called KF.
Let him finish his point. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Roxy.
Well, do you not hear what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do, but I want to finish what he.
No,
what he
it's
said.
also a hippening of the name too. It's not like eliminating of the donuts. That you hey, do you want to go to
They
Dunkin'?
also have donuts now.
Yeah.
that's
You
what
wanna
it
go
is.
to
It's like
Dunkin'?
they're not just priding themselves on donuts.
I hear what you're saying, but Kentucky Fried Chicken
Still has
still
chicken.
KFC.
It's still abbreviated for
Yeah,
KFC.
yeah.
It's not just called Kentucky Fried, is what she means.
But they did it with J.C. Penney. Became pennies in the
Right.
70s.
Well, that's
There's
probably
all
maybe-
kinds of, it's hippening.
And then came back to JCPenney?
I think so. Yeah, because the one in my hometown was from the 70s and it was pennies.
Yeah.
Well, mine's always been JCPenney.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not looking so much at the eliminating the donut part of it, but the shortening of it. It's a branding thing.
It's a branding thing. So, I don't know how we got there, but we got there.
Well, because you were just talking to me about Dunkin' Donuts.
No, you threw in Dunkin'.
And then I was
somehow.
trying to mansplain
Oh, yeah,
it
because
to
you said
you.
we
And
run on, and I said
Dunkin'.
Dunkin'. America runs on Dunkin'.
Thank you. Well, the channel
Sponsors.
itself, podcast revenue, YouTube revenue, separate sponsorships, and then we're like, well, let's do live streams, and then it's like it's a entire thing, different pockets of the way the revenue comes in that I can pay you guys, that we can get new things in here, that we can get you a stupid thing for your junk, and all that.
It
But-
looks like so much stuff,
I know,
but it's
but
just
SEN,
my
SEN was built off of just donations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like, and plus the Schmodown was being run at the same time, and it just wasn't sustainable overall. And then it became a StreamYard show, and it just kind of lost what it was really intended by. But I love Malcolm. I think Malcolm is great, and he's a big video game guy, and he's a big Twitch guy. So Brett and I were like, why don't we just do a Twitch? We get that we have that Twitch channel. It's partnered. We haven't done anything with it, so we're going to start streaming video games now. Malcolm basically produced that, and then I can do what I wanted to do with live shows, is bring you guys in. And even if I'm like, if there's a day, like if I'm at, let's say when I'm at CinemaCon and I want to make sure that we do a live stream, he's going to be here. You're going to be here. You host the show and you do it in studio.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you to it.
You should. I mean, that's why would I? Yeah, there was absolutely no. It wasn't going to be one of these things of like, hey guys, everybody's losing work now. It's like, no, we're just going to evolve the live streaming side of it, because the other thing is that it, as you said on the show yesterday, the truth of it all is, for when you had you, Winston, Brett, Malcolm, and Alex when it was on, that show would cost me money more than it would actually make money. And I was only kind of doing it because I knew how much you guys like doing it. And then once I started,
I
live
always
streaming,
tell them that just so that they know, because I don't think people understand.
And how would they?
Yeah.
How would they? So, and then when I was like, well, I can live stream myself and then be able to build up and be able to say, like, no, I want Roxy on a different episode of Big Thing now because I live stream myself, and now I can afford to do this. And now I can, you know what I mean?
I'll be here twice a week then.
You should.
You guys heard it here first.
You should. And you'll probably be hosting some of the live stream things too as we do it. And Brett and Kate, I want it to be in studio. I don't want it to be a StreamYard show anymore.
Playdate?
Yeah, we can have you on
in-person
studio.
Playdate?
Yeah. As a guest.
Oh,
so anyway,
Playdate should be in person.
Quick question before we move on. Are you just not a fan of purses, or is this, because that's a lot of stuff. That looks like that would be, to me, like, oh, maybe just a tiny little purse to carry that all in. I guess the glasses are not. Yeah, but you can't put the phone inside of the. You know what I'm saying? You can't put the handbag, not a. Is a purse the just
ball
the
bag?
part that-
It's a ball bag. It's not a ball bag.
No. To answer your question, I fucking hate purses.
You hate purses. Okay.
That's an honest
I like you
truth.
so much more because of that. I hate purses.
I hate purses.
I hate them. They're so stupid.
I don't like having to put I just hate purses.
Carry something that's bigger than you.
Honestly, if you've seen me in the last 4
You do need
years,
one though.
but it's very possible.
Yeah.
I hate them, and
Yeah, I
I
hate
don't
them
do
too.
it. So what I do is I put this in my back pocket, and then I put this in my other back pocket.
Yeah, you need a
and
purse.
then I don't have to have a purse.
Yeah.
You've been contradicting yourself a lot today.
No.
Yeah. You hated. Do you know how much grief she gave me over the
That I'm wearing this instead of the white one.
Yeah.
Do you want to know why? I put
got
on the
dirty?
white one today. No, I'm so fucking annoyed with myself. You got to put the white. This is something women know. I have on, after this, not that I didn't do my makeup for you guys, but after this, I have a shoot that I have to have nice makeup on for.
Oh.
So I have, like, you guys see my cheeks are popping. I've got, like, color, like, what's it called?
Blush.
No, it's called, it's this,
Rouge.
most East Coast you've ever sounded.
Stop saying the things. It's called contour stick.
Contour.
I have this contour stick here. So, I You guys are both bullying me today. I have a contour stick, and you're supposed to put anything white on before you put your fucking makeup on, which I know because I'm a woman. And instead, I put my contour stick on, and then I put my white sweatshirt on, and immediately I got covered in makeup.
Smooth.
And then I was like, fuck, because I really wanted to be in black and white today, because you know what makes this sweatshirt look brown? Being in black pants.
It's not brown. It's black.
Look at it with the black pants.
Black. Lighter black.
No, I see what you're saying.
It's black.
It's
black.
Light black.
I
don't agree that it's.
There's no such thing as light black, just so you know.
I think it's a faded
gray.
black.
Light black.
It looks like a black that has been set out in the sun, like I have T-shirts that I've worn a bunch
black.
and they faded. Yeah.
Faded black.
Brown. So anyway, I did have the white one on today, but then I fucked it up, and I'm gonna have to wash it.
Okay, well, good. All right, well, we got there. Listen.
That's how I was contradicting myself.
Yeah. So anyway, besides that,
Fanny pack.
there's things that we need to
love
review.
fanny packs.
There's things that we need to review.
Yeah.
The first one I'm going to do is Shazam, Fury of the Gods. As you saw my non-spoiler, it's up now. Just to give a couple of thoughts, because if you've seen on the title of the show is that you saw the ads for this movie, right?
Yeah.
TV. They were showing Wonder Woman everywhere. Why would you do that? And my answer is because they were probably desperate, because this movie's not tracking very well.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's not tracking well
Because
at all.
of Zachary Levi drama stuff?
Oh, no. I just don't think people care as much anymore.
Because of Gunn's announcement that...
I mean, I think it has a lot to do. Remember, the first one, it did well, but it did well compared to, like, the budget. It didn't cost a lot to make. So when they made it, it did good.
it was very good.
I liked the first one. I liked the second one. I think the second one is a lot of fun. I think the second one, I almost even think the tone's even a little bit more consistent in the second one than in the first one. I think that what's-his-face, kid who plays Freddy it's essentially his story.
Dylan...
Jackson Grazer or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Something
Jack,
like that.
Yeah.
But either way, he's really good.
Jack Dylan
Yeah,
Grazer.
it's him and Rachel Ziegler. It's really like
Oh, yeah.
So, and Helen Mirren is the best. I love Helen Mirren. Lucy Liu is really great. I like the side. I was worried about how the villains were going to come off. I thought they were pretty menacing. There was some Superman 2 vibes I got out of it, which worked. The tone overall, like blending that kind of fun, childlike thing, the big aspect, that's still there, but they also have some good emotional moments to it. The big epic scale of the DC, it's all there. My biggest gripe with the movie, and even though I think he's good in the movie, is Zach Levi at times. I think that and I don't know if it's a David F. Sandberg thing who directed it, if he, the kid, Billy Batson, is almost 18 years old, and he still acts like a kid, but when it turns to Zach Levi is almost like he's 13.
Yeah, I can see that.
He acts so childish, like hey dude, look what it's like to be a kid. And it's like, but even the Billy Batson kid is not like that. When you go back, he's more mature than the older version.
I think that it is very challenging as an adult. Did either of you guys watch Pen 15?
No. Penis?
Started to watch it, just didn't connect.
Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Did you ever do that in school, the Pen 15 Club?
No.
Oh, that was like a real
My
thing.
day, we just spelled out penis.
we didn't have to
pussyfoot around it.
You want to abbreviate? Hey, you think you're gonna abbreviate? I'll tell you what. I'm not even gonna go penis down. I'm gonna say dick.
Dick.
You dick.
Yeah, pussyfoot has held up really well.
Pussyfoot. I'm not gonna pussyfoot.
It's my favorite George Carlin book. Pussyfoot. Hello, he goes, a rare disorder. Hello, boys. I have pussyfoot. You sure do, lady.
Hello, so anyway, there's a show called Pen 15.
Yeah.
And it was perfect for the way that I grew up because they are my age, right, and they're playing 13-year-olds at the time that I was 13. Pen 15 was this club that we all knew about when you were a kid. A guy, you found out the hard way. A guy would say to you, do you want to join the Pen 15 Club? You wouldn't know what that was, and they would write penis on your arm.
I see.
So that was very popular at the time. Okay, so fast forward, these two women in their 30s made a show called Pen 15 where they played 13-year-olds, but everybody else cast around them was actually 13. And it was so exceptional because I think that one of the hardest things to do as an adult is play a realistic teenager.
Yes.
Because when you look back, it's easy to play a baby. I don't mean actually play, but like when you're imitating a baby, gaga, goo goo, whatever. Then if you're imitating a kid, we kind of have like a grasp on what that is. But when you're imitating a teenager, you kind of forget that they're closer to being adults than they are to being children.
Right.
And I do feel for Zachary Levi in that sense that, especially in the last movie, he was a little bit younger. Maybe he's still on that bit.
I think that was it. Is that that aspect of it played better for me in the first movie because I think he was only like 12, 13 or whatever he was. In this, he's closer to 18 years old, and it's like he's still playing it like so immature. And if the kid was just as immature when you saw him,
it would match up.
It would match up, but he's not, at least in my opinion. But it wasn't enough. I mean, like I said, I enjoyed the film. I just think that there were times, like both post-credit scenes, you're like, so wait, are they continuing this? They clearly had an idea that they wanted to, but this movie's going to have to make a lot of money because they're setting this up.
Yeah, what's so weird is that Shazam's biggest hero obviously is Superman, and we always thought there was going to be a Superman appearance in the first Shazam.
Well, there was an appearance by Superman in the first movie.
Kind of.
He was there, he just didn't see his face.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Right, it wasn't cannibal or anything. But anyway, but the movie I think it's a good sequel. It's entertaining as hell. It's funny. I was bummed because one of my favorite things about the first movie was the foster parents. They're pretty much just reduced to like watching TV for the most part. Like, you know.
How's Adam Brody?
Real good, yeah.
Do you see a lot of the adults?
Yes. The kids, yeah. It kind of focuses on them a lot.
Which we don't see a lot of the kids like the Faith Herman and Giovanni and
a fair amount. More so on the adults, but a fair amount. I think that the only one that is both like as she is kind of, as they say in it, aged out is the what's her name? The one who plays Mary. Is that the?
Oh yeah.
She's great. The chemistry with the kids is awesome. Yeah, I thought the villains played. I thought the way that they played with Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu, and the opening scene is pretty pretty great.
When I did DC Movie News
Yeah.
that you put together years ago, when Shazam came out, we had a lot of the cast on.
Yeah.
And they all were talking about how they were all on this group text that was like blowing up every day. This is after the movie was already shot. And so that they stayed like
That's great.
constantly talking and stuff. So I'm not
You can
surprised
tell
that their chemistry
Yeah, the chemistry's great. And it's
and they would go for ice cream after set every day and stuff like that.
And not to take shots at Zach Levi, but I thought they did a much better job at doing this is the kid version and this is us as like younger as we're still kids but we're adult now. I thought they did a better job. That's just my opinion on it. I'm curious what other people think. But overall, I thought the movie was really, really good.
Better than Black Adam or not as good?
I think it's a better put together movie than Black Adam. Yeah, I think it's got it. And I liked Black Adam but I can understand it's like a late 90s kind of. If anybody has criticism on Black Adam saying it's just kind of generic and not good, you're not going to get an argument from me. This movie is this is a better. This is a better
than
movie.
Aquaman or no?
I'm not a massive Aquaman fan, so I would say yeah, it's better. But I don't know. I mean, I haven't gone back and watched that movie, so I think I've seen it like twice. I thought it was fine, but I think this one I was entertained watching, and I think again I thought the tone was pretty consistent, and I think that the emotion is there. So yeah, I would say it's a good movie. It's a good movie.
I'm
excited
to see Scream. I'm just thinking of movies
the
off the top of my head.
Scream was really good. We talked about that last week though. But someone was asking me yesterday. I was doing one of those Patreon 101s, and he asked if out of the movies that came out in March, because March has been huge with not only with TV, Last of Us, and The Mandalorian, the movies so far, Creed 3, Scream 6, John Wick 4, and then Shazam 2 so far, and then you got Dungeons and Dragons coming up. So out of the ones that I've seen so far, to rank them, I still don't know how I would rank them. But
You're saying of all the sequels.
Of everything I've seen in March so far. I mean, well, in 65, I guess is the other one that I saw.
I can't believe I couldn't get into that either. How was it?
Better. It's an Amazon Prime movie. I gave it like 2.5 or something out of 5.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like the best part about it is it's like an hour and 25 minutes.
Oh,
it's just like
dream.
It's got like 1990s CGI.
You know what wasn't an hour and 25 minutes?
John Wick.
Yeah.
It was 245. 245, 250. Yeah, but it's great.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. It's just almost 3 hours.
It is. I had a long conversation yesterday as we transitioned into John Wick. And I was talking about John Wick 4
with
Kristian Lemire from Breakfast All Day. And we were having this conversation. Their review's up too on their channel. And it was her and Alonzo Duralde. And they were she basically all of her points and all of her criticisms I understood completely and thought were valid. I just didn't have a problem with that. Like, for example, she was like it's a real long movie. It is. It's long and the action scenes go on sometimes too long.
Yeah.
They do, but I dug it.
Yeah.
It's even more over top than the other ones. Agreed. But I didn't mind any of that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
The person I went with sounds exactly the same as her, where they were just like, wow, that was long. I was like, it was long. Wow, those action scenes did not end. Yeah, that's true. But
Same thing.
like you, I love John Wick 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Right.
There's not a John Wick movie I don't like.
Right.
I feel like the way that they do keep the action sequences different, at least, they are very, like, there's one that takes place towards the end of the movie. I'll say, like, I don't want to.
Stairs?
Yeah, exactly.
It's the best. That scene is amazing.
And my friend was like, oh, that stairs thing was long. And I was like, it was fucking hysterical.
It's amazing.
And it was amazing. But also, to me, this movie looks like it is a $5 billion movie. Like, every setting, every action sequence,
It's like a video game.
It's
like a video game.
It's sick.
It really is. And the lore itself.
And the music.
The music's great. It is the silliest out of the 4. There's no doubt about it. And like I said, if the first one is the most grounded in reality, the third is over the top. And I saw some people saying I couldn't take how over the top the third one was.
Then you're not going to
do not see this movie. I'm serious. Like, don't. And that's not a criticism to you. That's just that it goes almost like to what Fast and the Furious and stuff do. Like, I say that people can fall off buildings from a very high distance and still be okay.
Yeah.
There's this particular scene, again, we're not spoiling anything in the plot, there's a particular scene of this. Guess what? This is not a spoiler. John Wick kills some people.
What?
Right. So there's one particular scene where he does, and there's people in the background, and it's right.
It's unbelievable.
It's right in front of them. They don't move.
They're
They're just grooving, and then. But the only thing that I thought was stupid about it was that eventually they kind of catch on and go, "Oh, let's get out of here."
I know.
So stupid.
In that scene, sorry, this is not interesting to anybody else, but was it raining or was there like water fountains?
I thought there were fountains.
Okay, so that was part of it. I
think
couldn't
so,
tell.
but
I was like, this place is every set is like the sickest place you've ever seen in your
It's
whole
great.
life.
And so Brett, you're a big John Wick guy though.
Yeah, and I don't know what else you would do, but just keep heightening it
Yeah.
because I mean, again, it once you get into him coming back after the first one, and then you go to it becomes ridiculous. So you've got to kind of you got to make it a little crazy.
Yeah.
And what I want, if you were to say it was way too much dialogue, then I'd be.
He says 5 words.
Yeah, no.
Maybe.
I want to
He says 5
maybe,
words the whole movie.
Yeah, that's all. I think that's the funnest part about John Wick is just.
That's
Was your
it's
audience
gung fu.
dying laughing every time he spoke?
Yeah, in a good way.
Yeah, the best
in a good
way.
way. Yeah, and like the gung fu stuff delivers. Donnie Yen is fantastic.
So I just watched Ip Man for the first time.
Oh, I haven't seen it. Yeah, so good, right? I hear.
Holy shit.
Isn't Tyson in? Is Tyson in number 2?
I think 4.
Oh, Tyson's
Or
in 4.
3 or
Holy
4.
moly!
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think he at 4 here doesn't have Donnie, so it must be 3 that
Okay.
Tyson's in. Maybe 2. I don't know, but not 1. The movie is so good.
I
So
gotta
I'm
say.
on a Donnie kick right now. And
Yeah.
then Donnie was at the Oscars too.
Yeah,
That's kind of my man.
he was so good in
Is he
in
married?
this. I don't know. Check him out.
You help
What's going on with Canada? We'll talk about it later. Huh? But
fighting with yourself.
yeah. But
Stay on target.
stay on target. No, but Donnie Yen was great, and
He's so good.
But I knew he was going to be great. You know who I thought would be good, but I didn't realize was going to be as great as he was? Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah, he was really good. At the first second of the accent, I was like, huh. And then I was like, in.
So good. So Bill Skarsgård plays Pennywise in It. He's one of the Skarsgård brothers.
Yeah.
He
was in that movie this year that people were obsessed with. That was very good. It goes in the mother. Oh, it's a horror
Stay there,
movie,
stay
and the
there.
mother's downstairs. She's got her boobies out.
The mom's got her boobies.
Good
No,
sell.
and she's-
I would like to you being the writer of this movie and pitching this in a room like this.
It's a horror movie.
Pitch the movie
He's
to
in
me.
it. The other girl is in it. The guy is in it. Justin Long is in it.
You sound like my
The
mom.
guy, Justin Long's in it, and Justin Long goes.
There's
to
a
the house.
movie. There's a movie.
It's not the black phone. It's the other one.
Here's a movie that there's an actor in it and there's another actress in it. They have
it
people in it. The
Ari
camera
Aster?
shot the movie.
Who is
and
it?
Who
No,
else?
No,
There's another movie.
No, it's like everybody's favorite horror movie from last year, and then like, come the fuck on, and they're in downstairs. The house is, and it's like a bad part of town.
No, it doesn't matter.
Oh my god!
Anyway,
I thought everybody's favorite was Megan.
What?
people
Was
love
that
Megan.
this year?
That
That's
was
this year. There's a horror movie from last year. Come, are you guys being serious or
No,
no?
I honestly
I don't know what the hell you're talking
The
about.
horror movie from last year with
I
Bill
know what you're saying
Skarsgård.
now, but I don't know what you're talking about.
But it's and they go.
Her boobies are out. I know
Is
that.
that the name of the movie? Her boobies
The
out?
woman's boobies are out, not in a hot way. She's crazy.
This summer, her boobies are out.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
You guys are killing me.
I honestly, I'm drawing a blank.
You know, come on. You're drawing a blank. You just don't know.
No,
Yeah.
you do know.
No, he doesn't know.
You might
He's
not have seen it,
There's
but
no
you
chance
know.
he knows
If I
what
would
this
have
is.
heard what the hottest horror film, I probably would remember that.
No,
you
you
can't
do.
remember shit.
It was called Barbarian.
Oh yeah. I remember
Oh, we were supposed to see that.
that. Yeah, we didn't see it. There you go.
Yeah.
See? Did we help
What
you
was
out?
I talking about? Barbarian. Bill Skarsgård's in it.
He's in
He's
it.
great.
He's
excellent.
great.
You know who? Okay, no. This is my question for you. No spoilers.
Yes.
Okay.
But this is the question that keeps getting asked to me, and I'm
Sure.
curious how you're going to navigate this. After John Wick 4,
Yes.
can you see there being a John Wick 5?
Yeah. And well, I also think that there's they're talking about spin-off series and already on television. So whether it goes from the TV series into new movies, and I know that they're doing a bunch of spin-off stuff. So we'll see the success of that through television. Because I tell you, after you look at both Mandalorian, Marvel shows, and everything too, I do think that those shows have always consistently kind of pulled, and even the Mandalorian is still doing well, but apparently the ratings are down from what they've said, but not like dangerously down, but just down. I do think
Dangerously
I do
down.
think there are other IPs that need to have shows, other things like this, like Lord of the Rings did fine. but it didn't do fine when it came to audience reception. It was like half and half, and even the people who wanted to love it, some people loved it, and some people thought it was and then there were people who just wanted to hate it, and there are some people who legitimately just didn't like it.
I can't believe I still haven't finished it.
Yeah, right. That's
wow,
you.
a big,
I know.
yeah.
And that's you. So that's my point with it.
I have a really hard
there
time
needs to
pushing
be
through that.
more IP stuff. Dune's getting a show.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter's going to eventually get a show. Like Percy Jackson getting a show. So it's good that these types of shows are coming out because
Hunger Games.
not a show, but a new movie.
I think they should have a show.
Okay.
I'm just naming things.
Oh, you're just saying things that should have a show. Okay.
Divergent.
But
Maze Runner.
detergent, as John Schnepp used to say.
Really?
He's called
I missed
detergent.
that
It was
one.
so good. Anyway, so John Wick 4, it is that one's coming out. You got Shazam. I mean, you really have a lot to choose from. Scream still in the theaters. Creed 3 still in the theaters. And then you got Dungeons and Dragons right around the corner. People are really dying about this Super Mario Brothers too, man. So there's
the
that.
newest trailer was cute.
I didn't even watch it yet.
Oh, it
I
was
know I didn't
cute.
get a chance to, but
It felt like you were playing a video game.
that's cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
I do want to see it, but before we move on, and I want to get to some, Roxy Canada news. But before we do that, I gotta tell you about our friends over at Manscaped. Manscaped is back, baby. We love Manscaped, and they are the best. Manscaped is now selling beard products. That's right. You know that. I've told you about it. That beard hedger, man, I love it. It's amazing. Brett stole mine, but I got my own. It's great. You're going to shape your beard. Manscaped, you can do it. You got to go on over to manscaped.com. Use that code BIGTHING. Get 20% off and free shipping. Tame your mane. You don't want that weird beard. It's amazing. I love it. It's got a titanium-coated T-blade. It's awesome. There's beard shampoo and conditioner. It's like Christmas. It's so awesome. It's got beard oil, beard balm. It's got, like they knew exactly what to do by creating this thing. It's like Skynet created this thing. It's so good. It's how they have come up with this technology to make it so wonderful on that beard. I don't know. They have Miles Dyson working over there. The Pro Beard Kit also comes with free gifts, 3 of them: beard brush, a comb, and scissors. So people who want to get their beard looking nice, that's how you do it. 20% off, free shipping. Use that code BIGTHING at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. But use that code BIGTHING. Manscaped Beard Hedger. It's 1 stroke, 1 guard, 20 lengths. All right, once again, thank you to our friends over at Manscaped. Get yourself that beard trimmer, man. It's really, really good. Or, look, just go on their website, use that code in general, get 20% off. We love our friends over at Manscaped, and I'll tell you, you help out the show tremendously when you're able to head on over there. You help yourself out. You do that. People always ask, how do you help the show? Well, help yourself out. Get something over at Manscaped and use that code. Big thing. What's going on?
You know how they say no news is good news?
Yeah.
I don't think that's true on this show.
Oh.
No news is no news.
Nothing.
Yeah, since I saw you guys last, we went on a date,
Yeah.
which was fucking stellar.
Okay. Interstellar? No.
It was just stellar.
This was when your schedules were crazy as hell, and you.
Yeah, but he
you
said there's been another one since then. She said she would.
No, and then so you did manage to work out a date, and that's the
Last weekend,
okay.
on Friday. So 2 days after I saw you guys, we went on a date. It was really cute. We went and got dumplings, which was nice, and then we ended up watching TV and just had a very chill night, which was cool.
Okay.
Which was great, but we don't speak
Oh.
throughout the week at all. So I have no idea when I'm gonna.
It's like a Batman phone.
Kind of I have no idea when I'm gonna see him next.
Oh.
We haven't spoken.
Do you think he watches this show?
No,
No.
I think he doesn't do anything but work.
I can feel that.
Yeah, and play sports.
Oh, what's he play?
Every fucking thing.
Oh,
Remember he was a professional hockey player.
yes.
So now he plays tennis. He's on a baseball team.
Oh, wow.
He does.
So he's preoccupied.
Yeah, but he does it at 6:30 in the morning.
Oof. So he wakes you up.
red
No,
flag.
he doesn't wake me up.
Oh.
We've never even had a sleepover.
Oh, well, never mind.
So
No news.
there's no news. No, the date was great, and I hope I see him again. I have no idea when that would be. I'm filming this weekend, so
Look at that. That's cool.
yeah, I guess. But I'm filming this weekend. My best friend's coming to stay with me the weekend after that, and the weekend after that, Brad and Farrah are coming to stay with me.
Oh, that's great.
So
Yeah. The WrestleMania weekend.
yeah, I just have
Cool.
no idea.
Did you see him wrestling? Do you see Brad wrestling?
In life ever?
No, he just recently he posted it on his Instagram. Yeah. So they had like their version of the Royal Rumble, I guess, and so Brad Gilmore, who we're talking about, was in. He showed up in his suit, and he goes into the ring. And he tries to throw out one of the wrestlers, and it turns on him, and the wrestler punches him in the head and throws him out of the ring.
That. That's
it's
amazing.
good. Yeah, it's on his clips. I saw it. It's really good.
You were saying, did you see? I thought you were saying, do you see? Like, do you foresee?
Did you ever see him wrestling? No, he actually did wrestle. But
that's cool. No, I didn't see it.
I'm trying to get to WrestleMania.
You are?
Just because I want to surprise Vivian.
Did you text him?
It's not. He and his contact isn't even. And Booker was going to try, but like that's one point. But then I had applied for press credentials, and I'm waiting. I got some confirmation from them, but not for that. It was for like the after conference and stuff. I'm like, I don't want to go to the after conference. I want to go to the actual freaking event. Yeah. So I'm waiting to see if I can get credentials. I'd like to take my daughter, but just to surprise her. But,
it'd be so fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never been. I've always wanted to go to.
Done twice. I went to WrestleMania 2.
Wow.
In Nassau Coliseum, and then I went to WrestleMania 17 in Houston.
Where's Nassau Coliseum?
It's
Nassau County.
Yeah, it's actually where I stayed. It's the hotel that I stayed at was right in front of the old Nassau Coliseum right not for close from in Long Island. And that's where I was for the weekend. Had some great pizza at Rox. I disappointed at one area because I was with my dad on Saturday. We drove into Queens, and we kind of did like a tour of our old stomping grounds and places that we went, wondering what would still be there and what wouldn't. And we were driving through this neighborhood in Whitestone that I used to go with my dad and my brothers all the time. And my dad goes, "Oh, I wonder if that old pizza place is still there." And I'm like, "What pizza place?" And he's like, "You don't remember the pizza place? I used to take you guys there all the time, like every weekend when we'd go stay with my dad on the weekends, right?" So he'd be like, "I used to take you there all the time." I'm like, "Oh, I wonder." And we'd walk by in this place called Freddy's in Whitestone. And I walk in, I go, "Holy shit." It's like, like something's not in your memory, and then one little thing, and then it opens up a flood of memories. And I was like, I remembered it all. And I walked in, I remembered like the whole environment. There used to be like a video game there that they had and all this stuff. I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I wonder how the pizza is. Let me tell you, this is one of the best pieces of pizza I've had in the last 15 years.
Really?
So I'm sitting there with my dad. My dad's like, "This is fucking good." I'm like, yes. And then we started driving. And I was like, but I only had one slice because I knew that I was doing like a tour of like going through Bayside and other places. So I wanted to go to stop at. Like there were two other places I wanted to stop at. So I don't want to throw this one place under the bus, but right near we stopped by my old high school, and I went to this place. I was like, "Oh, I used to get this place after high school all the time. It's really good." So I walk in, and new ownership. That's a problem.
Huge.
Yeah.
Happened to the breakfast sandwich place by my high school. Fucking huge.
Same name.
Devastating.
Same name. Different owners.
Different fucking owners.
Walked in and said, and I bought two slices. I remember loving them so much. Ate half of one, put it in the box, didn't even take it home, threw it out. And I was like, ugh. Then I go to Bay Terrace, this place used to be called Jack's, which I loved. And now it's this place called Rose's that everyone was raving about. Thought it was okay. And then I was full, and my dad's driving by my favorite place I've talked about on this show many times is VI Pizza. And I drive by it, and my dad's like, "You gonna go VIP?" And I'm like, "I'm full." And then my dad and I both on the phone yesterday said, "Big mistake not going to VIP." Huge. But
two follow-up questions for you. Number one, do you ever feel like you should have been David Portnoy and
done that kind of thing? Sure.
Every time I watch him, I think about how great you would have been if that was your show.
Yeah, for sure.
You would have rocked the fuck out.
Yeah, he had the. I mean, he obviously had thought about it first, and also had the audience to really capitalize on it. But yeah, I would have loved to have done that. My cholesterol probably wouldn't allow me to do it.
Well, it's the one bite rule, though. He does the one bite.
No, he eats the full slice.
I'm sure he ends up with the reviews after one bite. So you wouldn't have to.
That's true, but yeah, there's a lot. Like he and I watched his reviews. I've gone to a couple of the places that he's recommended in LA.
Similar taste.
Similar taste, and I think he's been correct in the ones that he said has been good out here. But he and I look for different things in slices. There are like he gave Apollonia out here like one of the highest ratings. I think Apollonia is good. I like Joe's better, and he gave Joe's a lighter review or a lesser review.
I've never even heard of Apollonia.
Apollonia is really good. It's on La Brea. Like it's just east of La Brea and Wilshire. It's pretty good though. It's like it's Chicago based. Prime Pizza we both liked. But he gave VI Pizza actually a pretty low score.
Really?
Not a low but he like 7.2 or something, which he didn't have the Sicilian slice there, which is a big mistake.
Wow,
Big
huge.
mistake.
You should have talked to him beforehand. Second thing, having the perfect transition as I always do.
Yeah.
How was your trip back home?
I mean, it was, it was surprisingly, it was pretty nice.
Really?
Yeah. So it was like, for people who don't know, my uncle had passed away at the age of 72, and we went to, I got there on Friday night. My buddy James picked me up from the airport.
You went solo.
Yeah, I went by myself. And I went, and my buddy James picked me up from the airport. We went to the airport. We went to, we actually stopped at a pizza place called Gino's, which was actually really good in Long Island that he took me to. And then kind of called it a night. And then, like I said, Saturday went with my dad, hung out with my dad from the majority. Went to dinner with my family in Rockville Center. Met some of my friends and my brother and his fiance for drinks afterwards. Stayed out pretty late. But yeah, and then the next day obviously was the celebration for my uncle, and it was nice. The whole family was there, and we got to celebrate his life. And it wasn't a funeral. It wasn't, he would be pissed if we did that. But
was there a burial or there was
no? He just got cremated, and then he just my uncle would not want anybody crying over, he would just want people laughing, having a good time, and that's exactly what it was. And it was pretty awesome. It was tough when I first got there. Like, I wasn't there with my whole family when they saw him and everything, and they took him off the machines and everything. I wasn't there, so they had all kind of gone through that. So I walked in and saw the big picture of him. That I needed a moment. I had to go outside.
Yeah.
But everything else was pretty great. To see my cousins I hadn't seen in forever. My dad ran into people he hadn't seen. Like my dad was talking to his two friends. One guy he hadn't seen since like the 80s, and one guy he didn't see since he hadn't seen a guy since 1968. And he had seen this guy, and they were talking forever. So it was nice for him. And then I got to hang out with my brother and my cousins. My cousins are just like really great kids, man. Like my uncle Paul has really raised three really special kids, and it was nice to talk to all three.
They around your age?
No, they're a lot significantly younger. My uncle Paul was the youngest brother, so he's only like 13, 14 years older than me. So his kids are like I think like 24, 21, and 16. So, but yeah, it was nice. It was nice to and then of course close the weekend off with my brother saying, let's go to this pizza place. This place is good. But my dad, it just does not care now at his age, 72 years old, just does not care. As I was talking about, we walked into the place, Gino's, he walks over to the guy, he's like, hey, you used to work here when you were with your dad. He's like, yeah, and he goes, you were young back then. And he's like, yeah, I guess I'm old now. But my dad, driving in the car with him, holy shit, man. Like,
Not good.
He doesn't, to his credit, there were some people who were 72, 73, or 70. I say my dad's 72. My dad is not 72. My dad is 78. My uncle was 72. But my dad is driving around in the car, and there's some people who get old and just go, I can drive forever. My dad's like, I'm just not as comfortable driving anymore, And now we rented a car, so I drove. But like, I had the navigation system on, and it's like, make a left here. My dad's like, hey, you got to make a left here. I'm like, she just said that. Coming up here, you're gonna have to go right. I'm like, so Dad, I plugged this thing in because it's like it's gonna tell us how to go. You just sit back and just relax. And then he's like, well, she's gonna tell you to go left here, but you gotta make a right. And then 3 seconds later, next turn, make a right. I was like, see, she said make a right. But she doesn't always do that. I'm like, the hell are you talking about? But it was hilarious. And just like, my dad was giving me shit for how many U-turns I made, but I'm like, I get you. He had his whole thing. Anyway, so it was good. The trip was good, and it was fun to go.
How'd you feel coming back here?
Tired, because it was, people said I guess the next day I did my Last of Us immediate reaction. Really, you look tired. I'm like, yeah, I'm tired.
I hate that comment.
The daylight savings wrecked me.
Me too, yeah.
That was it. The 2 plane rides back to back, one on Friday, one on Sunday. So it was like boom, boom.
Dun, 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 dun.
Nice. Anyway, so it was good, though. Thank you for asking. Yeah. But now it's time for TV stuff, because there's TV stuff to talk about, Roxy, and we're going to talk about TV. Let's do it.
Yeah. Okay. So for this week, for our TV picks, obviously we did have a big finale. I know I've put this on my list every single week.
As
but
you should.
The Last of Us is obviously on the TV picks for this week because the finale was just so effing great, and the show was so effing great, and the first season was so effing great, and I just can't recommend the show enough. I didn't play the video games. I know you guys did.
Yeah.
I wonder if you guys feel similarly that it really rang home at the end.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, tremendously. So this is the episode. I did not play the game already. Like I didn't know it was coming this time. The week prior I did. This week I did not on purpose. And I'm glad I didn't, because I'm actually at that part right now. I played it last night for a few hours, and I'm at that part right now, and comparing it this way is interesting. But yeah, I thought it delivered and then some. Very emotional journey in general, and I loved the storytelling of it, because it wasn't a predictable ending in the way that you've seen, or shouldn't say that things have done in the past, but like, because things have done this in the past, they didn't do it. You know, they went a different way with it. So I liked the way they went. I thought the performances were brilliant.
It's like playing the game, you're just kind of in this mode of like, yeah, I'm shooting things, I'm killing things. Like, the story is great in the game, but of course you're playing a video game, so you're just on the boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
With the character building in this, that last part of the show and the last part of the game hit so much harder, because you really, really knew, like, you connected with the two of them so much more, and especially
The reasoning
Joel
behind
and that.
choices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just, I mean, yeah, what amazing way to end something, and also just like a brutal, but also you're like heartfelt.
Yeah.
You don't know how to feel about this person really, and it's I loved it. I thought it was great, and I love the fact that my son stuck through the whole thing, even though it was less afflicted heavy as it should have been in his eyes.
Yeah.
I think he got caught up in the story and really loved what they put together.
Yeah. I think that it is, I've said this many times over, this is the best adaptation of a video game, hands down. There's nothing better. And for people to go, oh, no, Sonic. It wasn't based off of a video, the story. It was based off of a game. There was a very different story. Like James Marsden's character wasn't in the thing. It wasn't adapted from it. No, Pikachu. Pikachu wasn't adapted from that story. I'm talking about an actual adaptation. This is the best of all time.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
All right,
really
Rock.
solid. There's a show on Netflix that had its second season drop. I'm going to preface this with the fact that I watched all of it in a day. It's so not good. I don't
is it?
understand. And it's called Sex/Life.
Okay.
This is a show that I feel like it's supposed to be made for me, but I don't like it, so I don't get who is watching this. It's the second season. You guys would be familiar with the first season because it had that 14-inch penis that went around the internet.
The big dude?
The guy with the
Sitting on the
flaccid
bed?
penis that was hanging down. This was last year.
Big black dude?
No. White dude.
Oh, I don't
And
know.
like
That's
it was like, is it a prosthetic? Is it his?
No.
This was like the whole conversation of it last year or whenever it came out 2 years ago. The premise of the show is that this woman is happily married with kids and living a beautiful life, and then she decides that she wants to cheat on her husband. And in this season, like, you just are supposed to root for her so hard because she's fighting for what she wants in life. But like, she's a lying, cheating, scam. Like it.
Who is she? Who's the actress?
She's excellent. I don't know and she's gorgeous. Let me look up what her name is. I hadn't seen her. You might have. I don't get it. This show is bizarro. Her name is Sarah Shahi. She was in Black Adam. Oh yeah, she's the girl in Black Adam.
Oh, the mother?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
But I hadn't. I saw Sex Life before I saw Black Adam. She's really good. The show is
Stinks.
Yeah, I think it. I never like to say that about stuff. I've only really said that here about Gossip Girl.
I love that this is the picks for the week.
Yeah.
This one you hate watching because it stinks.
But you know what? It's like 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, so
I'm recommending it because it is like
it's entertaining,
like I
but
started
bad.
with. I watched the whole thing in one day.
I see,
The whole season.
but it's entertaining but bad.
It's like if you're feeling lonely, it's a good one to put on.
Yeah, I get you. Okay.
Just for the sake of fun with yourself. Okay. This next one, thank you, Canada. He actually introduced this to me, and this is what we ended up watching, and I was crying. I was laughing so hard. I have not laughed so hard at a TV show in years.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys heard of Chad and JT Go Deep?
Chad and JTE?
Chad and JT Go Deep.
Oh, no.
I had never heard of this either. This is the greatest show. It's also on Netflix. It's these two guys, Chad and JT, and it's almost like a Borat type of thing, but it's them. They're going around and I don't know whether they are this dumb, but they're endearing. They're talking to people, man on the street style. I was crying. This is the perfect, if you're a stoner kid, if you're somebody who loves this kind of like raunchy, weirdo humor, they're skateboarders, they're surfer dudes.
You know what it is?
They have a lot of TikTok followers.
They're the ones that would go in front of local, they're like...
the local Congress
yeah.
and legislation and try to change things. And
they're
they have slogans like protect our borders, but they're talking about skateboarders.
I have seen a clip of
Chad Kruger.
Yeah.
The house parties have always made me feel good. And like they're trying to get rid of house parties.
I've seen
What up, council?
What up, council? It's
yeah.
me, Chad Kruger.
Yeah.
This show was hysterical.
Totally be down for that.
Hysterical. Must watch if you're looking for something funny. Okay. On the opposite spectrum of things, the Murders. Have you guys seen this recommended to you?
Just watched it.
Oh, you did? What'd you think?
I thought it was horribly wonderful.
Oh my God. So Kristian, essentially, this is 3 episodes of a docu-series of this family that can't stop fucking murdering people.
Good Lord.
Seemingly they just can't stop murdering people and have gotten away with it. There's like 7 murders tied to them and the family, including people in the family, including this girl, this poor girl. That's my interpretation of the boating thing. I mean, you don't know what this is going to be. It takes so many twists and turns because you think it's about the murder of this one person, and then it ends up being about the murder of like 7 people.
Yeah.
All throughout the years. I thought it was wild.
And he was recently convicted.
Yes.
So, and I mean, there's a spoiler, but within it, they're kind of talking about it's going on during this trial.
Is this the dude who killed his wife and his son?
And then you go like, oh, you think that's it? Boop.
Oh, wow.
It takes you back to years before.
Yeah, I mean, I watched a little bit of the trial.
Dateline or whatever?
Yeah, the stuff that had happened. And, he was, because, I mean, the way he got busted, I don't know if they covered it in the 3rd episode, but the way he got, really, the reason he was convicted is because he said he wasn't around, and then his son posted, like, what's the Snapchat. Posted a Snapchat, and he was in the room with them, so he was kind of contradicting himself. So yeah, he was just like a massive liar.
Yeah,
and like a launderer.
But
and stuff
his
too,
kid
right?
had issues. It's a whole family problem.
Yeah.
So
okay.
And then last night or 2 nights ago, when you're watching this, the premiere of Ted Lasso season 3 came on, and I just really don't think we need feel good TV right now. Thank you for this show coming back. The premiere was totally serviceable. It was good. There was some great moments by a sewer that really worked for me. I'm upset because I'm a lover of love, shipper of ships. And in this season, my favorite couple, we start off where they're not together, as we know from the previous season. So I'm devastated about that, but I feel very hopeful about it.
Nice. Well, it's still a show that I've watched an episode of, so I probably have to eventually get to that.
You really do need to. Apple TV crushes.
No. You know what's funny about it is that I've tried that show a few different times and feel very similar about the way that I did for Seinfeld. It's like really good show. I just don't get on my way to watch it. Like, because I remember somebody that we know was like, "Oh, I got the first 3 episodes," and I'm like, "Cool. Like, what? Aren't you excited to watch it?" And I'm like, "I've seen an episode." I was like, "It's just not a show."
I can see where people think it's too happy-go-lucky and too
optimistic.
Yeah, too optimistic, and a lot of
the whole slogan is
life
believe.
lessons. Yeah, but I mean, like Roxy says, it came at the right time. And when you got hooked in it to go I just want to block my brain off from all this crap that I see on the news and just see something that's just fun, and this guy that's just and then you learn he's got some baggage too. So it's good.
The lesson in this did you see the first episode?
I haven't.
Okay, the lesson in it, I don't think I fully agree with. So I was kind of I'm curious what people's takeaway on this is. Essentially, the main coach, Jason Sudeikis, he's getting ripped on by this other guy who was a coach with him previously. And instead, he starts ripping on himself, showing if you just rip yourself to shreds, nobody else can do that.
It's kind of like Eminem, 8 Mile style.
Kind of, but he's really his whole premise is do you want to know how stupid I am? And then he tells about how
I see.
And I was kind of this doesn't feel I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this, but it worked in this premiere episode. But I
you don't want him to stick there.
If I really think about it too long, I didn't love that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I got to still. I mean, eventually I'll check it out. I'll see because people rave about it, but What is it? That's that stupid thing. I don't know why that does that sometimes.
Oh.
Sometimes the TV just goes on.
Yeah.
I don't know why it does that. Anyway, listen. It's a shorter episode here today, but
Was it?
not too much. 5 minutes shorter.
5 minutes.
But
You trying to get rid of us?
Nope. Check out Roxy's Try Out, Roxy's Try Out. Check out Brett Sheridan here in the studio, and you can check me out wherever you want to do. But listen, by the way, if you haven't done this already,
Willow canceled.
is it?
Yeah, Willow canceled after one season.
Doesn't surprise me. Okay, so if you haven't done this already, everybody, 100,000 subscribers, get us there. Help us out. Show some class. Get yourself a shirt, Spotify, Patreon, all that and more, my friends. Thank you for joining us here. We'll be back tomorrow with Winston and Coy for Capes and Cows. So thank you. Thank you to everybody. We appreciate you, and we'll see you on the flip side. Peace.